Hello everyone, this is Fernando Briones in a series of video tutorials which I labeled Blender for Teenagers. Today, as you see, our purpose, our goal is to create a video like the one that you are watching right now. It is a labyrinth in which a light monkey head is searching for the exit of the labyrinth. As you can see, the monkey is not exactly the smartest monkey in the world, but nevertheless, as you see, well, the result is pretty attractive for the time that has been inverted. As you're going to see in a couple of minutes, this is achievable in less time than you expect. The labyrinth, in fact, hasn't been done with Blender as such, but we have been using, I used a two-dimensional vectorial graphic software, which is Inkscape. Probably you know it if you have been in my classes, and that's the one that we are going to start using in order to do this. As I told you before, the first program that I'm going to use is not Blender, is Inkscape as such. So once we started Inkscape, I'm going to select Bezier curves like this, and I'm going to activate the possibility of drawing right angles. So this is going to be very quick. You just only need to draw several paths in a complex way, crowded. So we will be able, I'm going to start here another path, quick enough, another one here, let me see, great, and another one here. So we get a very complex labyrinth, which our monkey is going to have a very bad time trying to get out of that place. Okay, now let's make sure that this labyrinth has a possible way out like this. Nice. I'm going to select them all, and by doing double click here on the left bottom corner, I'm going to open this window here, which is going to allow me to determine the width of my trace, of my outline. In fact, I'm going to switch from 1 pixel, which is clearly too little, too small, to 30 pixels. Okay, that seems to be a rather decent labyrinth. Now I'm going to select all those paths. I go to Trayecto, and I'm going to convert those paths into proper areas. As you see, when I try to edit them, it's not just only one single path, but all the corners have at least 2 nodes. So I'm going to select them all again on a window selection. I go to Trayecto, and I'm going to unify them. I'm going to join them thanks to this Boolean connection. Now, since I really need the corridors instead of the lines themselves, what I'm going to do is drawing a background. I'm going to get rid of the outline of this background. Since it is a background, I'm going to place it behind, and my corridors, I'm going to cut this outline. Let's adjust a little bit more this outline, like this, like that. Okay, now again, this is going to cut the outline by differentiating. As you see here, we have a beautiful labyrinth made in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to save it on, well, possibly on the desktop, and I'm going to call it labyrinth. Okay, save it. I'm going to minimize that window, and as you see, I go directly into Blender. I click outside this splash screen. I get rid of the default cube by pressing sub, delete in that case, and I'm going to the top view by numpad 7, and again numpad 5 to get into orthogonal axonometric perspective. And here comes the clue. If I go to File and afterwards to Import, as you see, we are going to have the possibility, the choice of importing directly scalable vector graphics, which is the extension of, yes, you guess, of Inkscape. I go directly to the desktop, I select Labyrinth, and look out, you possibly don't see it right now, but if I get closer by spinning, here is the Labyrinth. I'm going to scale it up a little bit, enough scaling. I'm going to press the letter G, the key G, to place it more or less here in the middle. In fact, what I'm going to do now is to delete it. I'm going to delete it because right now I have I've realized that I've forgotten something on the Inkscape, which is not this one. What is it? Let me close this window here. Where was it? Here. I've forgotten something extremely important, which is the path that the monkey is going to follow in order to get out of the labyrinth. So I'm going to add it right now. So my monkey is going round this corner, then here, then he's going up, continue on here, then he's going to go like this, nice, and he's coming close to the exit of this labyrinth. Okay, like this. Nice. So we have, let me see, that's not joined, and it should be joined, otherwise it's not going to work. So I'm going to select those both nodes, and I want to join them. Okay, this is one single path. Nice. So I'm going to save it again. I minimize it. I do not want to update, and let's go to Blender again. So as I told you before, the key play is go to import scalable vectors, select labyrinth in this case. Now by pressing B, I'm going to do a window selection of the labyrinth and the path, and I'm going to scale them up. By pressing G, I'm going to move it to the center. Nice. Now I'm going to select just only the labyrinth. As you see, it's an absolute plain area. But in this case, I'm going to open a little bit this menu until you see this ribbon here, which is going to allow me, once the this labyrinth is selected, to extrude it. I'm going to give, as you see by here in this ribbon, I'm going to insert 0.006. As you see, it's an extremely low number, but as you see, we achieved in a very quick way a beautiful labyrinth. Now let's go to the motion, to the animation itself. Of course, what we need is the monkey. So by clicking Shift A, pressing Shift A, I'm going to insert the monkey. Here he is. I'm going to scale him down until he fits into the labyrinth. And now comes the other important play, which is here, this ribbon. It's a kind of chain. We are going to add an object constrain, and in fact we are going to select this one, which is, of course, follow path. Here we need to define the target, which I assume it's going to be curve 001. That's so. As you see, the monkey went from the center directly to the extreme of the path. I'm going to activate animate path. I'm going to activate follow curve. I'm going to get closer to see in which direction my monkey is watching, and since he's watching in the opposite direction, I'm going to change this parameter. Instead of y, I'm going to select minus negative y. If everything went well, by pressing here on the play, the monkey should start moving, and exactly that is the one thing he does, which is okay. It's pretty nice. If you select the path here, as you see, and go to the same ribbon we went to extruding the labyrinth, you should see that on path animations we have 100 frames. If you are not satisfied with the duration of the animation, you can change this. For instance, we can double the number of frames, and in that sense, as you see, it clearly takes a lot more of time. I'm going to place it back to 100 frames because I don't need a lot of rendering time. Here on this ribbon, I'm going to insert the number of frame of the animation itself, which is 100 frame. Okay, so we go back. Let me see. Here it goes. Here is the number of frames working around. Oh, he's in a real hurry, this monkey. Okay, let's stop it. And now let's go to the little details about lighting and materials. So the renderer we are going to use, it's not going to be Blender internal renderer as such. It's going to be Cycles. Why is that so? Because it's clearly more sophisticated renderer than the original one. We are going to materials, which is this ribbon here, and we are going to use nodes, and we are going to select a diffuse color such as I don't know, an orange would be nice. As you see, the labyrinth itself doesn't change by changing this color. You have to go here to settings and changing the viewport color if you want to change the viewport color of the preview. This is not the color you are going to have on the final render. It's going to be this one, so there are different colors. In the case of the monkey head, I'm going to say new again, and in this case, instead of diffuse, I want to place an emission. Let's say 5, so it lights, so it the light is clearly bright enough. And well, finally we should add a ground to this. How am I going to do such a thing? By Shift A, Mesh, and I'm going to add a plane. Here is the plane. I'm going to press S, scale it up a lot, and I'm going to pull it down until I have it touching the ground. We go numpad 1 and make sure the ground is attached to the ground of the labyrinth. In fact, I'm going to even do it a little bit bigger. Now what I need to fix is the camera. For that we go to numpad 0. Numpad 0 lets us know what we see through the camera. As you see, this frame right now, it's not the one that we want. So what we are going to do is move the camera directly from the view of the camera. How do we such a thing? First we need the property menus by pressing N, and we go to display ribbon here, and no, it wasn't display. Where is it? Where is it? Display render. I lost it. Here we have it. In view, it's not display, it's view. We should activate lock camera to view. If we do such a thing, we will be able to see, as you see here, to move the camera until we are able to have a big view here. Something like this is going to be nice. We see the whole labyrinth, and of course we are going to be able to see the monkey running around. Is going to start here, and he's going to move all around until he finds the exit. So once you are satisfied with the framing of the camera, you should unlock the camera to the view. And our final move is going to be the light. So here we have the bulb, the light bulb, and in order to enlighten the scene good enough, we are going to, here in this ribbon, we are going to select sun, use nodes, and strength it's going to be 5, even 5 is strong enough. I'm going to do a preview of the rendering by getting into this ribbon and selecting rendered. Let's see, what do we have here? It's nice enough. Possibly the ground should be a little bit darker, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. New, diffuse, and let's make it a little bit darker. Why do I do such a thing? In order to see the monkey running a little bit. So rendered, here we have the monkey. Otherwise, if the background, the ground is too bright, we won't be able to see it. Nice. So this is basically it. We just only need to go here to the rendering last parameters, which are going to be here in output. It's important we change from PNG to, for instance, xvid, which is a video extension. Search for a file to save this one. We're going to save it, for instance, in the same desktop. It's going to be labyrinth 3, a couple of labyrinths done already, and let's accept it. Nice. And in order to start rendering, this is the one that we are going to use, animation. Once we do start the animation, as you see, it starts rendering one frame after another. This is the second frame, here comes the third, so until he finishes the 100 frames that I want. So I'm going to pause this recording until we finish, so you can see the final result. Let me see, pause. So here it's the final frame. As you see, it took almost 5 minutes to do it, and let's get to the result. It should be here, labyrinth. Let's see the final result. Here we are. You see the monkey running fast, searching for freedom. So, and that's all. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and see you in further videos. Bye.